pivot to one of the champions that he made a name for himself on in his debut on the Fnatic roster with Lee Sin. Kobe, I see a cheeky grin. What do you think of the Fnatic composition now it's locked in?
I was very excited when I started researching coming into Worlds and saw a lot of these players start to re-pick Lee Sin up. And Broxo is one of the guys that had put a lot of solo queue games on the champion in the boot camp for Worlds, so I'm excited to see him on the big stage here. You can make a lot of creative plays in the early game.
And I think we were a few highlight plays away from power pick Lee Sin. So far this tournament's been answers to Olaf for that skill matchup that does tend towards the Lee Sin side. This is into Camille, another skill matchup, and it's a bit of a bold choice. There was many different
by Galio. So we know that there is a teleport discrepancy right now, and this is Caps gonna start immediately channeling as soon as they go in and they commit to it. That is the trigger for Bwipo. Get the double knockup, teleport starts coming through, Caps arrives, and they're able to pick up the first blood.
The stacking of the CC was so big. If I was Shen, I would have walked past the turret, and then taunted back towards the minion line as Bwipo reacts to that one being fired up about it. Koala walking up here.
Well, let's find out if they can get the hook. That lands onto the shield. Hylissang gets pulled forward, and May loses life. He flashes away to stay alive. Here comes Bwipo. Candy's going to be the target of the duo as Broxah joins the fight. Boomerang Blade flies across, and Broxah kills secured. Now Koala's the target. He gets sent packing. In comes Empty. A four-man stack of Fnatic. They're diving the tower, looking for the third. Stitch now is the further follow-up. Caps needs to find a room prison. They've lost one in reply. Defensive flash. Caps and Brox are trying to run him down. Sonic wave. If it finds the target, Broxah brings it home!
And Fnatic are dominating the whole game just like that, Trevor. Broxah with the stylish finish, but honestly,
laners here need mana to push. It actually is really important for Sivir Rise and the Ornn and topside. Brox is back. Remember that ultimate?
He is indeed. There's a fissure in the ground and such an easy kill. The first one's picked up by Reckless. Hylissang will donate his life, and it's Koala that picks it up. While that fight is going on, there's a duel in the top lane. Bwipo's being run down. He's got a massive HP disadvantage.
Yeah, Bwipo just went to go interrupt the Shen so that he...
Fnatic on sending out.
But what I want to see from Fnatic is the threat into turrets rather than actually making risky plays. They're so far ahead. It's more about the threat, but here's the bar.
All right, Broxah gets the Dragon's Rage. Koala's the target. He gets knocked up by the Ornn Horn. Here comes Reckless. His ultimate's already used, and Empty's killed Hilly. Fnatic are somewhat split. It's a fight on multiple fronts. Candy gets a good taunt. Caps is running for his life. Flash may be needed, not just yet. Now Bwipo, he's gonna flash the wall. Fnatic, that was terrible. G-Rex are running circles around Fnatic. Bwipo gets chunked up by the Winds of War, running backwards. Fnatic may consider a turn to side against it in the end. Only Hilly goes down.
The gold lead spares their blushes.
Now you know, Broxah moves in with the Lee Sin and finishes off the enemy jungler. There is no smite here for a smite steal. They have overwhelming odds, and they started it up.
All right, so PK's going to interrupt Bwipo. There's a four-man Fnatic onto Baron. Take a look at Candy coming in from the river. This is going to be a 4-on-3 for now. Baron's down to 4,000. Death Sentence doesn't find a target. Caps in the back of the pit. This will be a smite fight, but only for Fnatic. Secured by Broxah. Now G-Rex trying to do something on the reply. Koala takes down Hilly. Keep your eyes on Reckless and Cap. They take the Realm Warp. They're going to follow Stitch. Broxah's looking for Koala, and this should be a wipe. Stitch gets obliterated with 2 spells, and Fnatic get Baron, get the kills, and they are absolutely in control.
Yep, they already have minion waves in place, Trevor, so they can... Now you know, Broxah moves in with the Lee Sin and finishes off the enemy jungler. There is no smite here for a smite steal. They have overwhelming odds, and they started it up.
All right, so PK's going to interrupt Bwipo. There's a 4-man Fnatic onto Baron. Take a look at Candy coming in from the river. This is going to be a 4-on-3 for now. Baron's down to 4,000. Death Sentence doesn't find a target. Caps in the back of the pit. This will be a smite fight, but only for Fnatic. Secured by Broxah. Now G-Rex trying to do something on the reply. Koala takes down Hilly. Keep your eyes on Reckless and Cap. They take the Realm Warp. They're going to follow Stitch. Broxah's looking for Koala, and this should be a wipe. Stitch gets obliterated with 2 spells, and Fnatic get Baron, get the kills, and they are absolutely in control.
Yep, they already have minion waves in place, Trevor, so they can...
Right, so definitely not the Baron issues they were yesterday. There's
Exactly.
the Sivir ult.
Well, let's see. How did G-Rex handle this? It's such an insurmountable task Fall of the Forge God is thrown down by Whippo. The secondary cost is interrupted. Inhibitor turret falls. Glacial Fissure comes down as the Boomerang Blades and the Ricochets and the Overloads are rat-a-tat-tatting, making G-Rex go splat. The Inhibitor falls, the kills are coming in, and the massive minion wave is pouring onto the Nexus. Fnatic bounce back from their defeat yesterday with the substitute with the minions to kill Stitch. Fnatic finish in style, taking down G-Rex. Busan goes mad, and Fnatic finish 2-1.
Reckless rips off